Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're unpacking a concept that, honestly, it's absolutely vital for modern business operations. Yet you'd be surprised how many organizations still struggle to get it right. We're talking about architecting digital compliance ecosystems. We're going to dive straight into the exact strategies used to modernize corporate workflows. Taking those traditionally slow, cumbersome, error-prone systems and transforming them into agile, high-performing realities. And look, this isn't just about going paperless, not at all. It's really about re-engineering the very DNA of how a company maintains its standards, tracks its performance, and ultimately protects its operational integrity in a regulatory landscape that's just getting more and more complex. Are paper workflows hurting your compliance? I want you to really think about that for a second. Is your management team still being held back by outdated paper-based auditing? In an era where data literally moves at the speed of light, relying on physical paper trails, clipboards and heavy filing cabinets, it isn't just old-fashioned. It actually creates a massive operational bottleneck because every single physical sheet of paper introduces a potential point of human error, right? It slows down response times, makes audits incredibly stressful, and frankly, makes true verifiable compliance almost impossible to guarantee. If a critical safety check or quality standard is just buried under a stack of papers on someone's desk instead of being instantly accessible, well, your entire organization is carrying a huge unseen operational risk. So it really represents a fundamental clash of operations. On one hand, you've got these paper-based auditing workflows, and just the concept itself evokes this heavy, slow, kind of fragmented feeling, doesn't it? It's a purely reactive approach to corporate management where you only find out about a problem way after the fact. But then we have the alternative, digital compliance ecosystems. This is the fast, interconnected, proactive reality of modern platforms. It's a profound shift from, say, manually chasing down a single piece of paper across 5 different departments to having an entire network just work seamlessly together. In this digital environment, the whole goal is to ensure every single regulatory standard is met, recorded, and verified in real time. It completely eliminates the friction of the old way of doing things. Now, you might be wondering, who is actually facilitating this massive transition for corporations? Well, the architects behind this transformation are specialized firms like Gvs Advisory. They provide what the source material calls smart compliance solutions. Basically, they operate right in the space of building these modern digital compliance management platforms from the ground up. Their whole focus is taking that heavy paper-based burden we just talked about and replacing it with streamlined, intelligent digital architecture. Think of them as the engineers of this new framework. They analyze a company's specific regulatory needs and construct a totally bespoke digital environment that maps perfectly to those requirements. Let's open up the actual toolkit they use to make this happen. What exactly does a modern compliance ecosystem consist of? Well, at the very top level, you've got interactive management dashboards and real-time KPI reporting. What this means is leadership isn't just sitting around waiting for an end-of-month summary to spot a problem. They see operational performance as it happens, right in the moment. Then, out on the factory floor or out in the field, you have digital audit tools and mobile checklists. It's essentially taking the auditor's old clipboard and digitizing it for instant data capture right at the source. And when you connect that flow of data with specialized corporate website development and e-learning portals, well, you ensure that not only are the systems themselves compliant, but your workforce is continuously trained and evaluated to meet those standards. Every single tool here targets and modernizes a specific facet of daily operations. It's literally linking the boardroom directly to the front lines. Now, it's super easy to hear a list of digital tools and just think, okay, standard IT upgrade. But actually, scratch that. A critical shift in perspective is really required here. These aren't just isolated pieces of software bolted onto some old broken process. According to the data, these are strategic operational excellence programs, and they are designed specifically to drive industrial performance. The ultimate goal isn't just checking a compliance box on a screen to make an auditor happy. No, it's about leveraging that constant stream of compliance data to make the entire industrial machine run faster, safer, and way more efficiently. When operations become fully transparent and instantly measurable like this, good compliance stops being just a cost center. It actually becomes a really potent competitive advantage. So how do we get there? This transformation follows a really clear, logical journey. Step 1 is the absolute foundation. You have to completely digitize those legacy paper-based workflows. This immediately stops the bleeding of lost time, misplaced documents, and manual data entry errors. And doing that crucial first step, that immediately unlocks step 2, which is gaining instant real-time data visibility. Because the information is digital from the exact moment it's captured, leadership can monitor compliance gaps the second they appear, rather than weeks after the fact. And finally, step 3 brings the whole shebang together, automated tracking.
The ecosystem itself basically takes over the heavy lifting. It continuously monitors metrics and flags anomalies to ensure truly effortless regulatory compliance. It's just this really powerful progression from manual chaos right into automated clarity.
Which leaves us with a pretty critical question to consider about your own operations. Is your regulatory compliance truly effortless yet? Based on the frameworks we've unpacked today, if your organization is still relying on paper checklists, or if your leadership lacks real-time visibility into operational gaps, or even if your compliance tracking isn't heavily automated, well, the answer is probably no. But the good news is the blueprint for a smart, integrated compliance solution is out there. It's totally ready to transform a massive corporate headache into a seamless, automated ecosystem. It's a truly fascinating evolution in how modern business is architected. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I really look forward to exploring our next topic with you.